Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review. Today I'm reviewing this fella. Distilled Spirit's Cherry Bourbon. So if you've never watched one of these before and you don't know what the hell Distilled Spirits is, Distilled Spirits is a range of essences, we'll call them essences, that you add vodka to, and sometimes they have base packs, or you can use honey. It depends. There are alternatives. You don't have to spend too much. And basically, you the first thing you have is your vodka or your distilled spirit. Then you'll have the honey if it requires it. This does require either honey or still spirit base B. In fact, no, it doesn't. This requires sugar. So this requires sugar. I think it's 74 grams per 750ml bottle. And then you mix the essence, the vodka, the sugar together. I always use a bit of hot water with the sugar. And it makes a much cheaper cherry bourbon than you can buy the other way, by actually going to a shop and buying cherry bourbon. So we'll pour a bit out because it's a tad early in the day. And if I go in the house pissed up, the wife will have something to say about it. I should be getting the old red card. And I'm surprised I haven't had the red card already the last couple of weeks, but there you go. I've obviously escaped it. She obviously loves me that much, she's pouring up with me. So like a coppery colour. So you'd think the cherry bourbon, it'd be like a cherry colour, but no, it's never like that. So it's that coppery colour on the aroma. Obviously alcohol content is about 38% because you've got that bitter sugar, or I'd say about 35% alcohol content. So there's a hint, you get them normal bourbon flavour aroma, but there's a hint of cherry there. I wouldn't say it's full on cherry, you know, it's not. And obviously you get the alcohol, which is strong. On the taste, the cherry hits you straight away on the taste. So whereas in the flavour and on the aroma it doesn't quite hit you straight away, on the taste it does. And obviously it's crystal clear, as you'd expect it to be. So with these, this bottle makes 3 750ml bottles, so it's £4. It works out £1.33 per bottle for that. There's about 10 pence worth of sugar, so say £1.43. Then you've got to add your cost of your vodka, which would be a tenner. Tenner's about normal price for 70, especially the Aldi and Doodle. So that'll be £11.44 per 750ml bottle. Well, it actually makes about 800ml, but you know. And if you was to have your vodka already from abroad, where you paid about £5 for it, you can understand then that it's like £6.43. That sounds really good. But then if you were to buy an air still or a T500 and distill yourself, depending on the legalities of the country you live in, but then again, if people are stopping at home, a hobby's a hobby. I don't see the thing behind it. I know what they say, but anyway, if you was to do it yourself at home, you're looking at about £2.50, £2.60 all in. And you can see why these stills and brewing your own is so it's such a thing these days. There's a lot of people doing it. You need to look on the internet and you can see there's lots of groups, and there's a hell of a lot of people in Britain that are doing it. I mean, if you can get your vodka from abroad, before this at the moment, But you know, you can get. I've gone into shops in Spain and got 40% vodka. Only Spanish brands, but does it really matter? It's 40%. It's distilled. That's what you got to look out for. Watch out for that 20% stuff, because that's not distilled. And you can get that for like £3 or £4. Smirnoff at £6, and that's for a litre. So you can imagine, you can understand why you can bring it back so damn cheap, especially if you've got a spare. Because they come in plastic bottles. That's great. You can fill up your luggage up and bring as much back as you want, as long as it's underweight. And then you do this, and you know, you can get the range of still spirits is unbelievable. You only have to go to sites like Love Brewing, or if they're not open, Creative Winemaking, homebrewonline.com, Ballyhoo Homebrew. All them sites I've used, and for beer kits, wine kits, and these spirit flavourings, and all of them are pretty decent, and they all do different ones. I mean, there's cheaper versions as well. There's one called Prestige Essences, and they don't use base packs. They actually tell you on the back what to use, either sugar, honey, whatever, with your vodka or your distilled spirit. And it's a way of making spirits that you probably never heard of, or you can't get hold of. I am a massive fan of butterscotch, and you can't get, the cheapest is Amazon at £17 for 750ml, or 70cl actually, 70cl, and that's butterscotch liqueur, we'll say. But you can make it yourself a hell of a lot cheaper. So it's got some bloody bollocks on it, I'll tell you that about it. And obviously these brands, I've done the honey bourbon version, and it's as good as JD honey. And you know how much JD honey is. It's £20 for, on offer, £20 a litre. Well, you can make it for, like, even if you just use vodka, you can make it for under £12, round about that anyway, for a litre, nearly a litre, and that's on offer. So it just goes to show you what profit there is in what they make. But I suppose the government take a lot of that. So basically does what it says on the tin. I couldn't get the cherry on the nose so much. I got the alcohol, that's for sure. I got a hint of cherry. In the taste, there's more cherry, there's bourbon, there's sweetness, and overall does exactly what you'd expect it to do, and that's the main thing. Out of 5, 4.4 out of 5. Yeah, really nice and very quaffable, but not at 1 in the afternoon, 2 in the afternoon like it is at the moment. Later on in the day, about 10 o'clock before you go to bed. Woof woof, sleep. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you soon. Cheers.